Hello, learners, and welcome to Modern World 2. This is week 12. Can we trust the numbers? We're going to continue learning what we have started over the last few weeks, and we're going to look at data and statistics and all that good stuff. So I am trying Screencastify this week. Be patient with me. It's a totally new video recording thing that I have not used before. Some of you may have used it, but I have to work out the kinks and all that good stuff. I'm running out of storage on my computer and trying to do a few different things to try to make this work. So bear with me, like I said, and hopefully all goes well. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so again, can we trust the numbers? Here is the pace chart. You can see that we are down to the Afghanistan war, and then we're going to take data manipulation, look at a few things, and create our final project here. So a few more weeks working on this. And here is your week 12 assignment, understanding data from the Afghanistan war. The previous 2 weeks, we've looked at other data with totalitarianism, and now we're looking at a more recent one with totalitarianism. Okay, so dig into the modern example of the Afghanistan war to look at different sets of data from the same historic topic and continue to look at bias, data, statistics, and numbers and how they're all related. Okay, and the learning target, again, is I can successfully understand how statistics can be misleading. So everything that a government puts out there, you have to kind of look at it and see where it's coming from and if they might be withholding a little bit of information. I did add on the definition of a drone strike to our definitions this week. It's an attack by one or more unmanned combat area vehicles or weaponized commercial unmanned aerial vehicles. And here's a picture of one here because you're going to need to understand this to complete this lesson. Okay, so after the previous two lessons that we've looked at with statistics and data, should we 100% trust the chart to the right? So look at it, why or why not? So according to the Obama administration, at least 65 civilians have been killed by drones since 2009. Okay, so at least 65 civilians. So how the numbers compare with those of other organizations. So, so the White House has it at 64. A few other places lead the whole way up to 325. So very, very different numbers. So if the White House tells us 64, do we trust the numbers? And that's kind of what we've been looking at over the last few weeks. Okay. So I'm going to have you guys look at, read, and take notes on the U.S. drone strike kills 30 pine nut farmers, workers in Afghanistan. We also read and take notes on understanding data from the Afghanistan war document set. I left that up here. This is the one from the actual lesson, so you can see that there. It's going to look at different opinions on the drone strikes, and then you can watch Obama defends U.S. drone strikes in Pakistan. Pakistan and Afghanistan share the border, the mountains. So a lot of this kind of goes together with that. Take notes on how a few details are known about the covert U.S. drone operation, which is run by the CIA and targets al-Qaeda and Taliban militants in the mountainous areas along the Afghan-Pakistan border. Please remember that drone warfare was a key feature of the Obama administration pursuit of the al-Qaeda in Afghanistan and Pakistan, but was rarely discussed openly. This openly is in this article and video. And then you can complete a small Quizlet when you're finished looking at the resources. Okay. Why do many people believe the number of civilian deaths caused by drone strikes is actually much higher in Afghanistan and Pakistan than what the U.S. Had reported? So think about that. After you go through it, it's going to give you some information. And then there's a small quiz that goes along with that. Now here is what you're going to find in the lesson. This is the document set you will be using that I had previously talked about as you're reading. And then you can take some notes on the different documents. Okay, so what's it talk about? What's the point of view? What's the purpose of each of these documents as you read it? Okay, and then your elaborate is just to complete checkpoint number 3. So you're going to go in and you are going to complete the third checkpoint, which if you look, it looks very similar. If I stuck it in here, here it is. Very similar to the other ones. It's the same thing. You're just asking, how should we interpret the data about the Afghanistan war? They just kind of they replaced it with what we're talking about this week. So it should be pretty simple, as in the fact that you've already had these questions. You're just basing it around the information from the Afghanistan war, which is a modern day example. Okay. And then, sorry, don't want to make you sick here. And then when you're all done, like I said, you will do checkpoint number 3. And for checkpoint number 3, we're focusing on point of view again, with the bias, the argumentative claim, and what evidence do you look at? And when you're all done, what new information have you learned from this lesson? And hopefully you've learned a lot of new information dealing with Afghanistan and Al-Qaeda and the drone strikes and what happened. Again, here's the project overview and the description. Remember, in this project, you're going to complete an inquiry in which you look at 2 historical, and then this is a contemporary for the week, with issues with data and how it can intentionally and unintentionally present biases. You're going to explore the different data, which you have done and will continue to do. Consider who's reporting them, what motivation or key message was important to that group, who was reporting them, how and why they were manipulated. And after exploring the different examples, you answer the compelling question of the inquiry. How, when, and why should we trust the numbers? You're going to find an issue that you care about, which has data and statistics relevant to it, so you can start thinking about that. You're going to learn to manipulate and represent that data in different ways and try to create dramatically different takeaways using the same data set. Throughout the project, you reflect on the relevance of school and understanding the bias and the messages behind data in your own life. So you're going to continually think about data and what you see, what you hear, what's around you, and we'll go more into that. So just think about maybe an idea possibly of something that you might want to do. Okay. And then again, here were the parts of the project. We're on the 3rd part, the Afghanistan war. And then we're going to go about selecting a topic you care about with data available and manipulating it. Okay, again, COG scales, argumentative claim, looking at the evidence. When you do personal manipulation of data, you're looking at selection of evidence, organizing and representing the information, and multimedia. And then again, habits of success is relevance of school and opportunities to reflect on learning about bias and data and statistics in your own decision making in life. Okay, so any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. But like I said, this week is very similar to what you have done in the past. We are just picking up a more current topic in history. Okay, so everyone have a wonderful week. And like I said, if you have any questions, please be sure to reach out to me. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.